So the topic I will be covering today is environmental ethics. So the questions that will be answered in this presentation is it morally correct to build the Atlantic pipeline? How are the risk, cost, and benefits of the construction of this pipeline relevant to the moral discussions on its construction? And how is the larger discussion about fossil fuels connected with this case? So I first want to give you a little bit more information about the Atlantic Pipeline. The Atlantic Pipeline is a gas pipe that runs around 600 miles from West Virginia to North Carolina. This pipeline would bring energy to millions of people in Virginia and North Carolina. This energy is used to power homes, businesses, schools, and hospitals. This pipeline was supposed to have already began the construction process, but there have been some delays due to the cost and some environmental issues that it possesses. So to build it, it cost around $8 billion. And this pipeline would be dangerous to the environment because it's inspected destruction of forests and disturbance of other sensitive lands will diminish the ability of these regions to filter water, clean air, and provide other environmental services. Construction would include massive trenching and in-stream blasting at stream crossings, which threatens to increase sediment and nutrient pollution in local streams and the bay. This would also put the residents living within a mile of the pipeline in danger. Some benefits of the pipeline would be introductions of new jobs, the energy costs will also be lower, and there will be a somewhat improved air quality. Oil and gas pipelines in the U.S. are lacking good regulation, inspection, and enforcement. A group called Frac Trackers studied and analyzed pipeline incidents from January 2010 to November 2018. Their analysis covered three types of pipelines: natural gas, liquids, which included oils, and natural gas distribution lines that carry gas from plants to customers. So the Frac Trackers, they analyzed different pipelines around, the U.S. and they found out that there were more than 5,500 total incidents. There were almost 600 injuries. There were more than 125 fatalities. There were more than 800 fires. There was almost 300 explosions. There were more than $4 billion in damages, and almost 30,000 people had to evacuate. Frac Trackers also they analyzed natural gas distribution lines, and they found out that these lines accounted for 79% of injuries, 73% of deaths, 62% of evacuees, 71% of fires, and 78% of the explosions. Fossil fuels. The larger discussion about fossil fuels can be connected to this topic because the pipeline is transferring natural gas. Natural gas is one form of a fossil fuel. Whenever a pipeline fails, there is a great chance that the gas will be leaked into the air, causing pollution to the environment. So take a moment and think about it. If building this pipeline would really do more good than harm. In the span of 8 years, there has been around 5,500 incidents where the pipeline has failed in some way. The cost of these incidents was around $4 billion. Yes, it may be providing energy to people across the state, but the risk that comes with building the pipeline is far greater than its benefits. According to the natural law theory, humans follow basic laws or laws of nature, which are separate from laws in which are made. From the beginning of time, humans have been taught to try and maintain the earth. They were taught to respect it and to try and preserve it as much as possible. Constructing the pipeline will go against that belief. We should continue to follow what we have built on, because if we keep on exploiting our earth and damaging it, then there will be nothing left in the future.